Back in my day, if you wanted to buy a new video game, you got into the back of your parents' car and went on a trip down to the EB Games or the GameStop or, God forbid, the Game Exchange. Yeah, I got Street Fighter 2 for the SNES there, but I wasn't happy about it. But as I become more and more old and out of touch, game stores are phasing farther and farther out in favor of digital platforms. Indeed, a physical collector I am, but just like you, I also don't want to go to a store such as this one that is 95% Funko Pops and t-shirts that you would feel like a complete ass if you had to wear in public. Unless you're wearing them ironically, of course, which just means you are a complete ass. But I'm going to be honest with you. I don't feel any better about shopping on digital storefronts. All of these storefronts suck. That's the main idea of this video. I'm going to go through all of these stores and tell you why they all suck and what's the problem with all of them. But this is around the time that my viewership usually falls off, so I thought I'd just tell you now, subscribe if you're going to leave. You don't have to stick around. I'll give like 30 days, see if you like it. But now, let's get into whichever of the big four you want to start with. It's kind of a choose your own adventure video, as long as you want to do it in the order that I also want to do it in. You want to start with the most popular storefronts? That's an excellent idea. Let's do the PlayStation Store. And it also works out great because there's a door to it right over there. Well, this store is a doggone mess, huh? You can't find anything in the PlayStation Store. Say you're looking for the latest and greatest game. Of course, I don't know what that game would be because I spend way too much time making these videos that I'm way behind. I got a mega backlog. So when I do end up having time to play games, I just end up playing Pro Skater again. But say that's what you're looking for. It's almost never on the first tab. Clearly, because what does this do? You get 2 to 7 giant banner ads to get past if you're trying to navigate this truly awful UI design. And if someone comments and says it's called UX, you're wrong. UX is user experience, which is the overall experience of using the PlayStation Store, which frankly also sucks. The UI is the thing that irritates me because it's laid out terribly, as shown by what's behind me. People use these terms interchangeably all the time, and it drives me insane. Clearly, I am much more bothered by it than I should be. So in conclusion to this rant, if you tell me I'm wrong, I'm going to give you the user experience of me telling you to kick rocks, buddy. I'm just going to go ahead and put this here train back on the rails. The PlayStation Store menus are just bafflingly confusing. I open this thing once a month to redeem the monthly games that are owed to me as a longtime PlayStation Plus. I can't be fricked to remember what the tier names of the PlayStation Plus catalog are called. It's the cheap subscription, whatever that one is. But I get lost every time I go to redeem these things. And instead, I just go over to my phone and do it where it's like 2 clicks. Don't even get me started on the mobile version. I mean, you did, so I'm definitely going to get to that. But I have one more joke on the console version I got to get through first before we get there. The console version of the PlayStation Store is a lot like the hallway of doors in every building in the Scooby-Doo universe. No matter what I click on, it always brings me back to trying to sell me a subscription to play Ape Escape. Get out of here with your monkey subscription. And how could I leave out the absolute garbage on this thing? PlayStation may be trying to shove every version of Horizon Zero Dawn down your throat, but their own store just won't let them do that because it would rather you play Cop Officer Police Simulator of NYPD City. What is this place? Now, the PlayStation mobile app looks really nice, but it was designed by an absolute blockhead. They made this app with the fashion over function mantra. Every time I open it, I never know which way I'm supposed to control it, and I don't think it knows either. Do I twist this dial at the bottom or do I pull this thing down? Where is the back button? For some reason, it's in the bottom left, but an inch up from where everyone else puts it. So you have to do this weird crane thing with your thumb to hit the button. Yeah, it looks cool, but it doesn't know how it wants you to control it. It couldn't stick with any kind of standard here. It's just all over the place. And that's half the problem with the PlayStation Store. Their menus in general have never been great. Their menus always kind of suck. And their stores aren't any different. The Vita store is nearly vomit-inducing, and don't even get me started on the way the PS5 dashboard looks. Speaking of dashboards, though, let's move over to the store that brought me to this whole video, the Xbox store. Oh man, I just can't escape it, can I? Get out of here. Go. Let me have a video without you. Of course, that's when you can get the Xbox store to open, because 11 times out of 10 when I try to open this thing, it has an update that gets stuck at 100% but doesn't finish, so I can't open the gosh darn thing. except for this one time when I'm trying to show it here and it just opens immediately without any issue at all. While PlayStation is the console most people use, Xbox tends to do a lot of things better, but they're not really the favorite because they had a big screw up a couple times. Xbox, unsurprisingly, has one of the better store experience, and I'm not just saying that because I primarily play on Xbox. The store is set up genuinely better than the PlayStation. They tend to have better moderation and things are a little better organized and easier to find. But the thing that brought me to this video idea originally is where they aren't moderating the Xbox store, and that is in the review section. Now, I know that no one is actually using these in-store review systems to decide whether or not to buy a game. We all watch a podcast or go to IGN.com or whatever else you want to do to go find a review. But I just want to know if Black Ops 6 was good, and instead, I got this recipe for a marinade. I was going to do an entire video on just talking about these reviews, but this seems like a more encompassing idea, so I'm just going to shove them in here now. So I now present you with Blaster Goblin's top 10 Xbox Store reviews. Take it away, me in a different shirt.
Number 10 is this one for 1 star that says no communication, can't talk to my microwave. That's on Roblox. This one's 5 stars on Doom the Dark Ages. The subject line is giant, and then the actual review itself is balls. Giant balls. This next one's another 5-star coming for Claire Obscure Expedition 33. 5 stars, Rare French W. Probably the best thing the French have ever created, along with hot air balloons and baguettes. 10 out of 10. Goaty contender. We've got a 1 star right here for Overwatch 2. Challenger had a better launch. At least people saw it. This one right here is a 5-star on Fallout 76. Dead at 76. OJ Simpson died of cancer at 76. 76. He fell out of life at 76. Fallout 76. Coincidence? Probably. Hello, Twitter world. I'm going to go ahead and hit you with 3 right here on Fortnite, 5 stars each. We got a buffalo chicken dip recipe, a homemade Raisin Cane sauce recipe, and a chocolate chip cookie recipe. If you want to cook, go to the Fortnite reviews. We got another 5-star here for Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered. Pope died and brought oblivion to us today, April 22nd, 2025. The Pope died and the gates of oblivion were opened. Thank you for this remaster. This last one here, I don't even know if this is number 10, but this is on Farming Simulator 22. 4 stars, truck. Needs more trucks.
Other than the reviews, the Xbox store isn't all tiles and tiles. Just kidding. It's entirely tiles. Generally, the whole Xbox vibe is tiles. But where I'm getting at through that awful joke is that the menu in this store that is the most garbage is when you're in a game, like the select a game to look at it. This menu right here, this menu sucks. The biggest thing that irritates me about these menus is the trailer for every game just straight up does not work. Okay, this one doesn't even have a trailer. That's convenient. Now, I think the Xbox Smart Delivery System is an absolute godsend. It will save you from a lot of confusion that the PlayStation 5 gives you, because boy, is there a lot of confusion about which version of the game you have over there between the PS4 and the PS5. And you are without a doubt going to get it wrong at least once. But sometimes in the Xbox store, you go down to the Other Editions page. And sometimes there is more items than there are letters in the alphabet. And 4 of them work with your console. Or they just aren't sold separately for some reason. Why can't I buy Dead Rising 3? Dead Rising 3 is an Xbox One launch title. Why is it not sold separately? But if I come on over to the Apocalypse Edition, it's $6. What's going on here? Why is there not just one that works easy? Why can't I buy regular? After that issue, we can dive down the rabbit hole of pricing because I don't know what anything costs here. All the sales are tiered by subscription, Ultimate, Core, and no membership at all. They all have different sales, and you have to actually go into the game to see what the real cost is, because you have no idea based off of what your subscription is, because it just says a percentage or a number, and you don't know if that applies to Game Pass Ultimate, Game Pass Core, or just regular sale. And let's just be honest, the sales just don't hit like they do on other storefronts. PlayStation at least has decent sales. Switch has decent sales. Neither of these match the Steam store, of course, but they aren't as ass as what we're dealing with over on Xbox. Actually, let's go over there and check out what they have on sale right now on Steam. Well, this is just all pornography. Let's go check out one for the children now to cleanse our eyes from what we just witnessed with the Nintendo eShop, the absolute bottom of the barrel for digital storefronts. Any minute now. Any second, we'll be in the Nintendo eShop. Oh, nope. Oh, there we go. Something low. I mean, the first thing about this is that it's butt ugly. The second thing is that it is so unbelievably slow. It takes so long to open or load anything at all, as you can see happening behind me right now. Using the Nintendo eShop is like anytime you get a new computer and you have to go back to your old one to find a file or something that you didn't transfer over like a couple weeks later. And the entire time you're like, how did I live like this for all those years? Except that experience was for the entirety of the Switch's life cycle. How are we living like this? It took 4 hours to load when the store had like 3 things on it at launch, and it hasn't gotten any better. And like 3 days ago, it was orange. It also suffers the same problem that the PlayStation Store does with just the worst moderation ever. You can take a video of just a paperclip laying on a desk, and then you can put a play button on at the beginning, and somehow that will pass as a game on the Nintendo Switch. It's really just worse than any other place. This is the bottom of the barrel. That's why I said it. I mean, who wants to play any of this? Oh, of course you do, pervert. The biggest problem with Switch games, anyways, is the memory. It's just terrible, so you're best to play off of game cards, anyways, instead of using the digital store. Hello?
Are you a stupid person?
I mean, legally, I think yes.
Do you have a calendar? That's a watch, and also, you're not even wearing it.
You make a fair point.
It is Switch 2 launch day right now as you are recording this. And it took you a full week to edit that, and then you decided to record my part at the end after that for some reason. And I'm not sure why you thought it was a good idea to complain about the OG Switch in the week of the launch of the Switch 2. So, you know what? I'll just take care of this myself. You're clearly not qualified.
Now, I didn't get a Switch 2, not because I couldn't, because I didn't want to. I'm too busy whining about video games to actually play any video games right now. But someone that did is the homie Robert from the Story Motors podcast, which you can find a link to in the description of this video. I did a pretty sick episode with him about all the Tony Hawk games like 2 months back. It's pretty sick. In about 2.5 minutes, you should go listen to that. But wait till this is done. But what I'm getting at here is that I phoned a friend on this one. We messaged back and forth. I had him answer a couple questions about things in the store to see if they had been fixed, or if they are worse, or if there's new problems. So all the clips you'll be seeing right now are from his unboxing stream that he did on the night of the Switch launch. And from here, you can clearly see that the store is 10 times faster, but unfortunately, still plagued by a flood of games like Hentai Girls. And also still looks butt ugly. Nintendo designed the GameCube. What happened? Well, anyways, it's basically the same but fast now. I'm sorry Robert's section was so short. But now I'll send you back over to me and the other t-shirt to round this thing out. But I should probably tell you that during the scene change from when I went from over there to sitting here, I hit him over the head with a giant cartoon mallet like Eustace from Courage the Cowardly Dog, and then I drug his limp, lifeless body back over to the GameStop. So he may be a little confused when he wakes up. Sorry to derail the video.
Oh, good, we're back here. So maybe GameStop isn't so bad. I mean, sure, you have to leave your home and go buy the physical thing. It takes up space in your house. You have to wait for it to download once you get home before you can play it because you can't pre-install a physical game. It could be broken or get broken later. Oh, man. I did forget that in a real store, you do have to interact with other gamers. Why do they always want to talk to me about Kofi Kingston? I don't care about Kofi Kingston. Is he even still wrestling? I have no idea. But these digital stores could just delist something and not let you have it anymore because there's a licensed song in the game or just because they want to. Nobody is taking these things away unless they come into my house. Nobody wants my copy of Watch Dogs Legion with some sticker residue in the corner. Yeah, I was never in any real danger of buying a Funko Pop. This was all done with movie magic. It's called acting. James Gunn, call me. I want to play Midnighter so bad in the DCU. So all those stores are a gall ding dang mess, huh? If you don't like any of those options, in 10 years, it will all be streaming services of AI-made games, so try to enjoy what you have while it lasts. And also, enjoy what I have in my chunky rear-end catalog. Try that again. Try to enjoy what I have in my chunky rear-end catalog of videos. It's getting huge. Talk about a dump truck. Oh, wait, that's Andy's thing. Sorry, Andy. But if you want the new stuff when it comes out, hit that Scrabble button. Come back Friday nights at 9-ish Central PST. We're still playing through all the Thips games by this time, I think. Who knows? I certainly don't. That's confirmation that I'm not a time traveler, so quit asking. If you want to support me in other ways, you can go over to blastergoblin.com, get yourself a t-shirt, and you can come hang out with me in the public Discord to help contribute to videos like this one, just like Robert from Story Motors did. And you can find that linked in the describer box down there. Okay, I'll quit selling you stuff. Turns out I'm the worst digital store. Oh wait, forgot. I'm on Twitch now too. Go over and follow me there. Like nobody hit the follow because I've entirely built this platform off of YouTube and have actively attacked Twitch for being a not very fun platform to be on. All right, bye, homie.